Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We just got updates on the first quarter sales for Lexus and Toyota here in North America. Of course, it's not looking good for the company. There has to be some good nuggets coming out of this. So let's dive in, see what's not doing so good, see what might be kind of holding on for the brands, and things are about to get really interesting. Hey guys, real quick, if you're new to the channel, my name's Kirk. I really only focus on Toyota and Lexus vehicles, so if you're into that sort of thing, hit that subscribe button, bell icon as well while you're at it, and let's get into these juicy bits. Over at the press room, Toyota Motor North America reports March and first quarter 2020 sales. Of course, you got the little RAV4 Hybrid there for you. Feel free to read this thing right here, because if I say half the things in here, my video could get demonetized. So they reported 135,000 sales in March, a decrease of about 37% on a volume basis and down on a 31.8% on a daily selling rate basis versus last year. Now, if you've been watching my, quarterly and monthly updates on these sales figures for a while now, usually they're really even. They've kind of plateaued here in the United States. Well, that plateau has now become a huge downfall, but of course it's not just them, it's the entire automotive market. However, they're only down 8.8% on the quarter, but the next quarter is going to be not 8.8%, it's going to be catastrophically worse than that. So you can see right here, Toyota down 35% in just March alone. Lexus down 46%. I thought it would be the other way around, and our dealership has done pretty well despite everything that's going on. I really thought that Toyota would get hit harder. And the reason is, at least my thinking was, is that, okay, well, a lot of Toyota buyers, maybe some of them are laid off right now. Maybe they're not able to go to work. Maybe a lot of them are in the service industry, that sort of thing. Typically Lexus buyers, they could buy, a lot of them could buy several Lexuses cash money at any time. However, these numbers are telling us that they're potentially more money conscious, right? Yeah, that's why they have more money in one sense, but man, I really was not expecting them to be down almost 50% on the month. All right, so what are highlights? At least the ones, Toyota sales are in the toilet, and I'm trying to mix Toyota at the same time, and Toyota, that's what I get. So their first quarter total hybrid vehicle sales were up 58%, so that's a good thing, right? First quarter total hybrid vehicle sales were 49,000, almost 50,000 units, up 80% on a volume basis. That is incredible. Of course, the RAV4 Hybrid, but also the Corolla Hybrid doing a really good job here. So the RAV4 Hybrid up 739%. And if you've been watching my channel, I've been making quite a few videos talking about how the RAV4 just doesn't have the inventory. The orders are several months behind around the world. I just had a guy from Greece tell me recently that it's over a year wait for a RAV4 Hybrid in that part of the world, where in Australia it's almost as bad. Here in the States it doesn't seem to be nearly as affected, but I know there is still an enormous demand, right? 739% increase from last year for the RAV4 Hybrid. That's nuts. And then 367% increase for the Corolla Hybrid. I didn't even know the Corolla Hybrid has been out a year already, so I guess that's a good thing to see the hybrid sales increase there. I'm a big fan of the Corolla Hybrid. I mean, that's what the hybrid originally was all about. Very practical, very low price vehicle with really good mileage. So the Corolla Hybrid should be an absolute home run for the brand. Lexus division, first quarter total UX Hybrid and LS Hybrid vehicle sales were up 6% and 9%. Well, here's the thing. LS hybrids don't sell. I have never seen I've seen one LS hybrid in my lifetime, and it wasn't at our dealership. It just happened to be in the city I live in. So LS, the fact that this is the only positive thing that they have to say is that, the LS hybrid is up 9%. That is not a good thing. And then the UX Hybrid here being up 6%. I would say it's the UX in general is up 6%, because the UX in America sells mainly the hybrid. Very few front wheel drive non-hybrids are available. So I would just say the UX in general is doing better, where the LS hybrid, I mean, that number is not even statistically relevant. Lexus down 15% on the year after this horrendous month of 46% drop in volume in the month of March. So their first quarter was rough for Toyota. It was even more catastrophic for Lexus. And you'd be like, oh shoot, okay, well what does Lexus have coming out to be able to, deal with this sort of thing? Well, they don't have anything. They have the LS convertible. Well, the LS convertible after this sort of catastrophic event is going to do not very well. The LS in general doesn't do well. Now you have a few people excited for it. Man, it's rough sledding ahead. Lexus doesn't have any new products coming out this year. I'm pretty sure the IS is going to get pushed to early 2021. So that means really Lexus has nothing coming out at all this year if you don't count the LC convertible. Interesting times ahead. I know dealerships are being very aggressive with their pricing of the vehicle. That's happening at my dealership. Very aggressive, lowering their prices. Incentives are good, especially if you plan on financing. Very low interest rates out there. Yaris down 85%. Now, if you guys are hoping for a GR Yaris coming to America, it's never going to come, and that vehicle just doesn't sell here. For the month of March, the Corolla did the best, but if you look at the year to date, the Prius and the Camry are the least biggest losers, if you want to look at it that way. Looking at the Lexus sedans, this is absolutely heartbreaking. It's shattering. You look at the IS down 46%. That redesign cannot come soon enough. Well, it's not going to come until about a year from now. So the IS is pretty much done in the water for the rest of the year unless somehow they incentivize it well. They are incentivizing it well for my region. You're able to get some pretty good leasing incentives on it. So that's a thing, but it's not looking good. RC, I don't think coupes are going to do that well this year. Just a feeling. The numbers probably support that. The ES is supposed to get all-wheel drive this year, so that might help things a little bit. But again, of course, the ES only being down 19% versus last year on the quarter, and the ES is really the only car that's selling well the entire Lexus sedans / coupes division. Everything else is tanking pretty hard, but even the ES was hit. The ES is not even immune from this sort of thing going on. GS is a dead vehicle. It's last year. I heard the last model is going to roll off the assembly line in June. LS, that vehicle, of course, not doing well. LC down over 60% for the month of March. Quarterly, none of them are doing well. So quarterly, all of the Lexus cars are down 24%. While on the month it was down 46%. If you look at the Toyota SUVs, minus 0.5, and I think a part of that has to be because of the RAV4 and the new Highlander that just came out. So the Highlander is only down 9%. How is it only down 5% when everything is negative? Well, the one thing that isn't negative is the RAV4. The RAV4 is like single-handedly carrying the Toyota SUV division, being up 16.5%. If you look at the volume this thing is selling at, it's at 83,000 units so far. The Highlander doing really well, even though it's minus 9%. But if it wasn't for this catastrophic thing that went on in March, it would be doing really well. So CHR is kind of a joke at this point. They need to do something. They need to hybridize it, do something kind of radical to that vehicle to make it a little bit more tempting for buyers. Sienna, we need that redesign as soon as possible. Word is it's coming this fall. But with, like I said, the current state of events, who knows if it's coming this year. Sequoia Land Cruiser, volume is extraordinarily low on them, both under 1,000 units on the month. And if you look at the quarter, not doing well, especially the Sequoia is tanking. So looking at the trucks here, Tacoma Tundra, hanging on, not doing too bad, only down 5.5% for the quarter, down 36% on the month. So kind of right in line there with the SUVs, but just not, they don't have like a savior out there like the 4Runner, saving that entire division of Toyota from the negative. And if you look at the Lexus trucks, -6%, that's not bad at all either. It's funny that because of the current events, saying, oh, you know, -6% quarterly, not doing too bad, but really it isn't. You know, we were talking about how the UX, you know, we're like, oh, you know, the UX, you know, is doing great for the hybrid sales. But if you look at it, really had -44% on the month, and it's -2% overall. So even though the hybrid might be doing a little bit better, that front wheel drive version is all but pointless at this point in time, I guess. Here are the total Toyota US sales summary for North American built vehicles. Everything other than the Camry, the RAV4, of course, that thing just defies all logic in terms of the volume it's selling, and the Lexus ES. Other than that, everything looks to be negative. Well, of course, the Camry's negative, but like I said, it's not too far down. Even the RX that is built in Canada, that's not doing too bad either. So all things considering, though, there's only about 5 models for the Toyota and Lexus brand that's really hanging on for dear life. The rest of them are dead in this apocalyptic times of the car industry. And then here's the hybrid graph, total Toyota US hybrid sales. Highlander hybrid up, they just came out with that new hybrid. They ditched the V6, they put in a 4-cylinder, definitely better fuel economy, up the fuel economy to about 35 miles per gallon. So that's why that one is up so much higher. And they also are offering a front wheel drive version of that hybrid power plant. Lexus UX Hybrid, like we said earlier, up 6%, but if you look, the volume's just really low on it. What's incredible though is this RAV4 Hybrid up 739% compared to last year. That thing is just impressive. And then here's the LS Hybrid. So they had, like I was talking about earlier, now we were looking at the actual numbers. I was talking about the beginning of this, the LS Hybrid, oh, they're like, oh, it's up 9%. They sold 3 more units compared to last year. That's how grim things are looking right now. They have 36 units compared to 33 units. They're like, oh, we're gonna put that one into the highlight section at the beginning. So when they scroll down, they're not even gonna look for it. They just know that the LS Hybrid is doing well. 3 more units. Well, guys, that's all I got for you. I can't wait to see you in the comments below. I hope all of you are staying safe and healthy out there. I'm still rearranging my office a little bit. What do you think of this camera angle? It's a little different, but I'm just being a little adventurous. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. And until the next one, peace out, stay safe.